Hey guys, what's going on? DuffKing56 here, back with another commentary. Today I will be playing a little bit of Dustforce. This is an indie game, if you will. It's a platformer, and it has to do with you being a dust cleaner or a cleaner of some sort. You can pick between 4 different characters, and you have to sort of clean the world, which is kind of an interesting concept. Fought over and won over by none other than the Street Cleaner Simulator, but I like this game a lot. It's a lot of fun. The animals are covered with leaves, so they're really cute looking. There's like bears and squirrels and raccoons and stuff, so that's interesting. But here I'm just kind of going through a couple of the levels. I've been really enjoying it. I've been playing it in passing, just kind of like a game that I just kind of open up for 20 minutes if I want to waste some time. That's kind of the purpose of the game to me. It's not something I'm going to be investing much time in, but I think it is pretty cool, and I think you guys should see some of it, especially if you're thinking about buying it. I think it's like 15 bucks, 10 bucks. It was on sale earlier. I totally would have recommended it while it was on sale, like my Lombro said, but I don't think I would pay $15 for this game, although it is a lot of fun, and the music, oh my gosh, the music is immaculate. It is amazing. I love it. I wish I could play it over my voice without it being like intrusive in commentary and whatnot, but you guys can kind of listen to it. I'm sure the soundtrack's already posted somewhere on YouTube. You guys can go enjoy that. Today I wanted to talk about a couple of things. The first thing is I finished Final Fantasy 13 2. Woohoo! I beat the final boss, and I beat the game. And I haven't finished the game, obviously, because you have to collect all 160 fragments and then beat the game. But I finished the story, so to speak. I've got the achievement for finished story, in its conclusion or whatever. So I'm really excited. I had a lot of fun. The ending was so... That's all I'm going to say about that. So many emotions, and I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll just kind of leave it to you guys to figure it out if you haven't beaten the game yet. But I'm sure a lot of you have, and I'm sure the last part kind of leaves you all wondering about, what's to come of the next game, if there's going to be a next game, if there isn't. So I'll leave you guys with that, but I've been having a lot of fun with it, and now I can focus sort of my attention back to Final Fantasy 13, especially with the hours of farming that I've been doing. I've maxed everyone out, all their roles, and I've done a bunch of work on their secondary roles as to get their role bonuses, which I can't stress enough how important they are, which was stressed to me by JB, fellow Final Fantasy expert, fellow lover of the game. By the way, I'll be recording some of the missions for you guys as soon as this commentary is over. It's almost 12 o'clock. I'm getting kind of hungry. I might eat first. But by the way, the other thing I wanted to talk about is kind of streaming and stuff. I'll be streaming tonight, a little bit later. I mean, the commentary's going up at 4. I'll get out of PT at 6. I'll probably eat dinner by 7. I'll probably be streaming PC tonight afterwards. That seemed to be pretty successful. You guys enjoyed my TF2 play. And now that I've fixed my new mouse, it's not skipping around anymore, I'll be able to kind of lay the smackdown on these noobs and have a lot of fun tonight. So I'm pretty excited for that as well. Also, I wanted to talk about Syndicate, which is a new game that just came out yesterday, released the 21st, and how I'm not going to be buying it because I've been watching some stuff on it, and really the only thing about the game that I really enjoy was the co-op. Like, co-op might be fun, but I'm not really too keen on co-op. That's just scripted enemies. They're always in the same spots. They always do the same things, and which is much different than Mass Effect 3. I think I'll be putting my money down on Mass Effect 3. On Borderlands 2, when that comes out in September. I'm very excited for that as well. And another thing I wanted to talk about, this is kind of like the main topic that we're slowly segueing into, is kind of your tolerance as a student and teachers. What your tolerance is for what your teacher says. Now, I'm kind of coming from two opposite ends of the spectrum, where my philosophy teacher's not afraid to say anything. He's not afraid to offend anyone. Nothing is so sacred he won't poke fun at either. So I kind of enjoy that. I'm more of a student where, I'd rather my teacher be passionate and kind of say everything that's on his mind, as opposed to a teacher who's afraid to sort of speak up and let his opinions being heard. Now, that being said, I do have some sort of tolerance for teachers where if they kind of step over that line, I'm kind of like, whoa, 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 you know, let's take a step back here. But I know I have a fairly high tolerance, but then I come from a lower end of the spectrum where, you know, this teacher himself has such a low tolerance for language and for sort of cracking jokes. And he's my biology teacher, and he's extremely afraid of even saying the word pee or the word like penis or the word vagina. Like, that's not, to me, that seems like sort of, you know, you're kind of being a little too conservative on language, especially when it comes to the biotechnicality of it all. You know, when you're trying to describe someone peeing, you can say urination. Like, he doesn't even say urination, he says pee, and like he doesn't even spell it out on the board. And I was kind of taken aback by this. Like, I don't know, do you guys see this as more of like an immature type thing, or do you think he's trying to preach to a crowd and trying to get at like a joke of, you know, penis being an immature thing and people can laugh at it? Like, I'm not laughing. You guys probably aren't laughing. If you are laughing, then, you know, whatever. But it almost seems like it's more immature to not be able to use like that sort of word or something to me, you know. Like, I'm not afraid of saying anything. I'm not afraid of saying anything at all. You know, they're just words, like I said before. I try to stress this point. Now, when it comes to language, I have some sort of a different opinion. When someone is sort of making an argument or trying to talk intelligently about a subject, I think that there's an appropriate time to use language and there's appropriate time to lay off the language. Now, there's also some sort of, you know, sticky dichotomy between the two where, you know, if you kind of overstep your boundaries with language, then you almost seem like you're just some sort of unintelligent, immature prick who just likes to swear all the time. Now, so I try to keep the language out of more of these commentaries as opposed to, like, when I'm just playing games. Like, when I'm playing games, I just shut my mind off. It's really my subconscious taking over and I'm just kind of saying words out of my autonomous nervous system. But I don't know, that's just different to me. Like, I try not to swear when I try to talk about something, you know, on a higher level of intellect with a higher strain of thought. But maybe that's different for you guys. Maybe you guys love to hear your teacher swear. I, for one, was so surprised when I first heard some of my high school teachers swear or, you know, use curse words in front of the class. Like, I had an English teacher I'll never forget. My one friend was speaking up in an advisement or in her English class, and she's like, "Michael, someday someone is going to beat the shit out of you." And she's like the sweet old lady, and she just comes up with that, and I was just like, whoa, and everyone was laughing. I'll never forget that moment. And there's other moments where teachers have sweared, and I never thought of my voice cracking during that sentence, let alone my teacher actually swearing, you know. Especially the female ones. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my preconception of females being sort of a proper, especially teachers being more proper and they don't like to swear, more conserved. But what is your guys' thoughts on that? Like, as a teacher, I wouldn't be afraid of dropping the S-bomb or the A-bomb, or I don't think I would ever use the F word in class, especially at the high school level. Maybe in college, I wouldn't give a rat's behind. So I can't even say that. I wouldn't give a rat's ass about what I say in college if I was a professor, because you're a professor. What you say is basically law. So it's kind of different. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? It's kind of an interesting thought going behind this. So I was wondering what you guys think. Kind of feeling out, you know, the crowd here. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a great night. I will see you guys later for sure. You guys will hear me later and watch me later on the stream. Hopefully you guys can come out and have yourselves a great evening. Peace out, guys. See ya.